Welcome to another video. For those of you who are new, my name is Nina and I'm a life coach that specializes in personal development. Here at this channel, we talk about everything having to do with self-transformation and living our most awesome lives possible. So if you aren't already a subscriber, please take a moment to become one because we definitely don't want you to miss out on anything. Today we're going to be talking about being too busy. So busy that we are not actually enjoying our lives. Now, I know for me, that was certainly the case. For most of my adult life, I was so crazy overbooked that my life was completely a blur. It was a good life. It wasn't a bad life at all. I was just actually too busy to actually enjoy it. I was always on the go. And I know that is the case for so many people. Now in an upcoming video, I'm going to be talking about why we actually make ourselves this busy, but in this video, we are going to talk about finding ways to slow down and why that's important. If we think about it, there's really no point to doing anything if we're not really present in it, if we're not able to actually enjoy it and embrace it and be in that moment. What is the point of us actually doing it in the first place? Now, I know a lot of things like our jobs or other obligations, we have no choice what to do, but even then we really need to be present in it. So when we have so many obligations that we can't focus on anything, it really starts to become very problematic in our life. It also really becomes a habit. We get used to kind of cluttering and stuffing our lives with as many things as possible. We think of it oftentimes as a positive that we are, just getting so many things accomplished and that we do so many things. But really, our lives would be so much more peaceful and so much more meaningful if we were actually enjoying and truly participating in all the activities that we take upon ourselves. This habit can really start to become relentless in our life, even in the realm of self-development. So for me, for example, my life was already so cluttered, but I made sure every time that I was driving, I was listening to a TED Talk and I was enriching myself and, that I was always learning and always doing something and that every single moment of my life was filled with something. It wasn't until years later that I realized by trying to experience and do everything that I was really experiencing nothing. It just all became a big blur. So it's important that we remember that we must be still sometimes. We must have moments of peace. We must actually be bored sometimes. When was the last time we allowed ourselves to be bored? During this crazy point in my life, I actually heard an interview by a man named Neil Peart, who is the drummer and the lyricist for a band named Rush. And what he explained in this interview was that when he was working a lot of the time, that work entailed him looking out the window. It entailed him daydreaming. That's where he found his creativity. That's where he came up with new ideas and became really impassioned and inspired by life again. And I think so many of the times as adults, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to be bored, to not have a device in our hand, to not be constantly stimulated. If we can find that quiet time, if we can find that time to just sit and think and reflect, we can really, have a better understanding of what our values are, what's important to us, what things that we need to be spending time on, and what things that we don't need to be spending time on. So it is just so important that we give ourselves these opportunities, these little breaks to just step away from all the madness in our life and just be. There is enough time for the things that matter, and that's what we need to figure out. So take this opportunity and time in your life to reflect on what's important and give yourself the space that you need to actually live your life. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone else who may need to hear this message today. Also, do become a subscriber to our channel because we definitely want you to be part of our family, and I greatly thank you for spending time with me today. I look forward to seeing you soon, and I hope you have an extraordinary day.